Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be recapping today's NBA games for Wednesday, November 1st. First NBA basketball of November. Welcome to November basketball, everybody. And it was not that bad of an NBA, slate of games today. I mean, you had your fair share of blowouts. A couple were very surprising. There was about 3 or 4 blowouts, or actually more than that. But we're going to go over everything. It was an interesting day of NBA basketball. Now, the best game of the day, we're going to say for last. It was the last game. It went to overtime between the two LA teams. But let's go over the other games real quick. It was a great day of basketball. Besides the last game where you saw some great performances from some stars from LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George, there wasn't a lot of high scores from individual players today. Besides the Lakers and Clippers game, I think the highest scorer in all the other games, I believe, was it was tied for Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, who both had 30 points. Let's go over it. So the Trailblazers beat the Pistons. The Trailblazers beat the Pistons 110-101. Also, Cade Cunningham had 30 points as well. But the Blazers beat the Pistons 110-101. Both teams go to 2-3. Cade scores 30 for the Pistons, so that was another guy that had 30. Shaedon Sharpe has 29, 7, and 5. 24 for Jeremy Grant, 14 for Malcolm Brogdon, 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 steals for DeAndre Ayton. Besides for Cade Cunningham, they had no Alec Burks, but All-Star Thompson had 16 and 7. Bagley had 10 and 6. And no Jalen Duren as well. So, yeah, they were missing some guys. No Jalen Duren, no Alec Burks. Isaiah Stewart had 12 and 6. And the Blazers win it 110-101. That's the Blazers' second straight win of the season. So then the Raptors pretty much crushed the Bucks, won 130-111. Raptors got outscored by a total of 4 or 3 points in the second half. So they were up at halftime. At the end of the first quarter, Bucks only scored 18 at the end of the first quarter. The Raptors scored 31. They were up 13 going into the second quarter, and they were up a total of 22 points going into halftime. Raptors really dominated the Bucks today, 130-111 win. 26 for Siakam. That's his best game of the season so far. Dennis Schroeder had 24 and 11. Scotty Barnes had 21 and 12, and OG Anunoby had 16. Jakob Poeltl had 14 and 11. Malik Beasley had 20 points. He was their leader in scoring. Lillard had 15, and Giannis had 16. Chris Middleton had 11. One of the biggest defeats you'll see the whole season, the Celtics beat the Pacers 155-104. Although the Pacers didn't have Tyrese Haliburton, he's still no excuse for losing by that much. 30 points for Jason Tatum, 18 points for Derek White, 16 points for Jaylen Brown, 15 points for Drew Holiday, and 13 points for Kristaps Porzingis. And then some good performances from some guys who were getting good minutes at the end of the game because of it being a blowout. Sam Hauser, 17 points. Peyton Pritchard, 15 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Those two guys were making a lot of threes. Pritchard, I believe, hit 4 threes, or only 2 threes, but it was 2 for 3. And Sam Hauser went 5 for 6. So good performances from those two guys right there. TJ McConnell led them in scoring with 18. I'm not going over the rest because that's what happens when you lose by that much. The Hawks, this looks like it was a close game. Atlanta beat the Wizards 130-121, but Atlanta got outscored by 8 points in the fourth quarter. So this was a 17-point game going into the fourth quarter. DeJounte Murray, 24 points. Trae Young with 23 and 10. 23 for DeAndre Hunter as well with 7 rebounds. For the Wizards, 25 points for Kyle Kuzma and 22 points for Deni Avdija. The Nets beat the Heat 109-105, and the Heat are 1-4. Not a good start for the Miami Heat. 20 points for Jimmy Butler, 30 points for Tyler Hero, 21 and 14 for Bam. For the Brooklyn Nets, 21 for Mikal Bridges, 4 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists for Ben Simmons. He had 1 block as well and shot 2 for 5. Cam Thomas has scored 30 points in every game this season so far for them, and he only had 13 points in the game tonight for them. Armani Brooks, I know him because I'm a Rockets fan. He used to play for the Rockets. 17 points for Armani Brooks, 17 for Lonnie Walker V, and 15 for Dorian Finney-Smith. Great game for the Brooklyn Nets. They're even a little bit shorthanded. They're still without Nick Claxton. They're without Nick Claxton, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Cam Johnson, 3 starters, and they still beat the Heat. It has to be disappointing for the Heat. The Cavs beat the Knicks 95-89, 24 for Jalen Brunson, 18 for Emmanuel Quickley. Cavs snap a 3-game losing streak. Donovan Mitchell has 30 points. They're still without Darius Garland and Jared Allen, but Karis LeVert had 19 points as well. The Pelicans beat the Thunder 110-106. Pelicans bounce back after a terrible loss on Tuesday. Zion Williamson had, or was that Tuesday? No, that was Monday. That was Monday against the Warriors. 20 points and 10 rebounds and 8 assists for Zion, near triple-double, 29 and 11 for CJ McCollum. And then for the Thunder, 20 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 15, 9, and 4 for Josh Giddey, and 18 points for Jalen Williams. The Houston Rockets get their first win of the season, beating the Hornets 128-119. Great win for the Rockets. Great three-point shooting night for the Houston Rockets. The Rockets shot 21 for 37 from 3, 23 points for Jalen Green. He had a great night for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet was 5 for 10 from 3, 22 points and 11 assists. Alperen Sengun made some great passes. A huge no-look pass from Sengun. It was all over the replays. Sengun, 19.7 rebounds, 4 assists. Jabari Smith Jr., 17, 6, and 4. And after Dillon Brooks got embarrassed the other night, Dillon Brooks has an amazing game. 20 points, 7 for 9 shooting, 3 for 3 from 3. A career-high 5 steals. And great game for Dillon Brooks tonight for the Houston Rockets. Also had 5 assists if I didn't already mention that. And then off the bench, Amen Thompson, the 4th overall pick, scores 4 points in his 4th career NBA game. But unfortunately, he suffered an ankle injury in this game. And Jeff Green, the older guy in the locker room, scored 9 points for the Rockets. P.J. Washington had 23. Terry Rozier had 21. LaMelo Ball had 19. And Gordon Hayward had 17. The Nuggets take their first loss of the season, 110-89. Great win for the Timberwolves. Great bounce back after they've started off a little slow to the season. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21. Anthony Edwards, 24. Naz Reid, 16. For the Nuggets, Jokic, 25 and 10. Jamal Murray, 14. And the Nuggets get their first loss of the season. The Dallas Mavericks beat the Bulls 114-105. And the Mavericks stay unbeaten. The Mavericks and the Celtics are the two only teams that are undefeated. The Mavs and the Celtics are the two only teams in the NBA that have not lost a game. Grant Williams had 25 points. He shot 7 for 9 from 3. Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 24 points. He shot 7 for 13 from 3. No Kyrie. Luka had an off-shooting night, 5 for 16, 1 for 8 from 3, but still scored 18 points due to the free throw line, going 7 for 9 from the free throw line, and had 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. For the Bulls, 21 and 20, a 2020 game for Vucevic, 22 for Zach LaVine, 16 for DeMar DeRozan. All right, the Jazz beat the crap out of the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 0-5, and they've been very disappointing. The Jazz win 133-109. The Jazz got outscored. The fact is the Jazz were up by 33 points going into the third quarter. 20 points for Jordan Clarkson, 23 for Colin Sexton with 6 assists. 19 and 11 for Lauri Markkanen, but he didn't play a lot of minutes. John Collins had 16. Kelly Olynyk with 14. Great win for the Jazz. For the Grizzlies, 21 for Desmond Bane. Marcus Smart had 11, 19 and 8 for Jaren Jackson Jr. All right, Warriors-Kings, what a great game. The Kings nearly beat the Golden State Warriors in this ball game without De'Aaron Fox in the first game after Fox. They're going to be without Fox for a little bit over a week, maybe 2 weeks. 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists for Domantas Sabonis, 16 points for Malik Monk, and 13 points for Davion Mitchell. For the Warriors, Klay Thompson hits the game-winning shot with 0.2 of a second remaining. Game-winning free throw jumper, 14 points for Klay, 21 for Curry, 14 for Wiggins, and 15 and 6 for Dario Saric. Chris Paul had 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. And then the final game, the Lakers beat the Clippers in overtime, 130-125. This was a great game. Watching stars, getting good minutes. Kawhi and Paul George on a back-to-back played a combined. I mean, Kawhi. I don't know if combined. Kawhi played 41 minutes. Paul George had 37. They combined it for 78 minutes in the ball game. On a back-to-back. So it's great to see right there from, a team that has been load managing those two guys for the last couple years. Kawhi 38, 6-5, great performance. Paul George didn't only played in the beginning of overtime because he fouled out. He had 35 and 6. Russell Westbrook had a near triple-double. Amazing performance from him. 24, 11, and 8 with 4 steals. PJ Tucker made his Clippers debut. He scored 0 points, only took 1 shot, and had 5 rebounds. So solid game for him. He had some great offensive rebounds for the Clippers in this ball game. 5 offensive rebounds for the Clippers. And then for the Lakers, 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists for the King with 1 steal, and 27 and 10 for Anthony Davis and 27 for D'Angelo Russell. Huge basketball play from Christian Wood. I'll tell you 2 sequences which was big from him in this game. First, it was 124-122 in overtime. Zubac went for the Clippers were down 2. Zubac, their starting center, went for a layup to try to tie the game, and it was blocked by Christian Wood, which ultimately led to the next possession led to a Lakers bucket. I think Austin Reeves hit a jumper on the next possession for them. But then it was 128-125. The Lakers had the basketball. I think Austin Reeves kicked it to Cameron Reddish and in the corner for a 3, and he kicked it to Cameron Reddish for a 3 in the corner. He missed it, but it went straight to Christian Wood. Christian Wood got the rebound and put it back on a dunk, and the Lakers took a 5-point lead, which gave them the win in this ballgame because the Clippers had no shot. There was 9 seconds remaining, and they had no timeouts. So Christian Wood was great on both ends in this game for the Lakers with 10 points and 11 rebounds, and 15 for Austin Reeves as well. Great win for the Lakers. Great performance from the Clippers. And keep in mind, they're still there without James Harden. He hasn't joined them yet, so it's going to be interesting. And they're missing. I think they're missing somebody else on the team as well. They were missing somebody else tonight. I just can't figure out who else was not playing for them. And I think pretty much everybody did play, I believe. Terrence Mann. They're still without Terrence Mann as well. Terrence Mann is still injured. He's dealing with an injury, and James Harden has not joined the team. So they're missing 2 pieces that are going to be great for their team. Terrence Mann's not going to be as big as James Harden will be, but they're missing 2 pieces right now. Lakers were also without Taurean Prince. They were missing some players, so it has to be next man up mentality, especially with the Los Angeles Clippers with how they've dealt with injuries in the past. That's the video. Because enjoy them, your thoughts, and peace out.